Who doesn't love pizza? But have you ever wondered how it's made in a mega factory? In this video, we're going behind the scenes to explore the entire pizza making process using cutting-edge technology. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so we can afford more free documentaries like this. Pizza, a dish that once symbolized the rustic kitchens of southern Italy, has transformed into one of the world's most beloved fast foods. Today, pizza is not only enjoyed in small family-owned pizzerias, but also in homes across the globe, thanks to the mass production capabilities of mega factories. As pizza's popularity soared over the past few decades, the need for large-scale production arose to meet the insatiable demand for this universally adored meal. Mega factories were born, using state-of-the-art technology and streamlined processes to produce pizzas by the millions, all while maintaining the flavor and quality that make pizza so irresistible. Factory-made pizzas are different from their handcrafted counterparts not because of what they offer, but because of how they are produced. The process relies on intricate, automated systems designed to maintain consistency, taste, and texture. From the sourcing of ingredients to the precision of baking in high-tech conveyor ovens, each step is carefully controlled. This ensures that every pizza, whether frozen for later consumption or prepared fresh for immediate enjoyment, meets the high standards that consumers expect. In this journey through the world of pizza manufacturing, we'll explore how factories manage to produce millions of pizzas with exceptional precision and quality. From sourcing high-grade ingredients to ensuring each pizza is baked to perfection, let's delve into the process of how pizza is made in a mega factory. Sourcing and selection of ingredients. The quality of a pizza begins with its ingredients, and large-scale pizza factories prioritize sourcing the best ingredients possible. To meet the enormous demands of production, factories often establish long-term partnerships with farms and suppliers that specialize in producing large quantities of flour, tomatoes, dairy, and toppings. The base of every pizza starts with flour, which is sourced in bulk from suppliers that specialize in high-gluten wheat varieties. High-gluten flour is preferred because it results in dough with great elasticity and chewiness, characteristics that are essential for a good pizza crust. Factories work closely with millers to ensure that the flour meets strict specifications for protein content and moisture. Each batch of flour is carefully inspected to ensure consistency across the board. The simplicity of pizza dough belies the critical role played by yeast and water in the process. The yeast used in factories is often specially formulated for rapid proofing, meaning the dough rises quickly while still developing the flavors associated with traditional dough fermentation. Water quality is another essential factor. Factories carefully filter water to maintain a neutral pH, which ensures the dough consistency and flavor remain consistent across all batches. Tomato sauce production is an art in itself. Factories often source their tomatoes from regions known for high-quality production, such as California or Italy. These tomatoes are harvested at peak ripeness to ensure rich flavor, and they undergo extensive testing for acidity and sweetness before they are transformed into sauce. Cheese, particularly mozzarella, is the crown jewel of most pizzas. Factories source massive quantities of cheese, which are either produced on-site or delivered fresh from dairy suppliers. Mozzarella, with its excellent melting properties, is the most popular choice, but other cheeses, such as cheddar or Parmesan, are sometimes blended in for additional flavor. The variety of toppings available in mass-produced pizzas is staggering. From classic pepperoni to exotic vegetables and gourmet meats, the preparation of toppings in a factory is a feat of logistical precision. Factories source toppings from trusted suppliers who can meet strict food safety standards. Vegetables are flash frozen to preserve their freshness, while meats like pepperoni or sausage are pre-cooked to ensure they are safe for consumption. Before any of these ingredients enter the production line, they undergo rigorous quality control inspections. Samples are taken from each batch, and they are tested for factors like moisture content, flavor profile, and freshness. Only the highest quality ingredients pass this stage and move on to the next step in pizza production. The dough is the foundation of any pizza, and in a factory setting, preparing the dough on a massive scale requires precision and efficiency. Pizza factories produce dough in bulk, often handling hundreds of kilograms of flour at once. The dough-making process begins with mixing the core ingredients: flour, water, yeast, salt, and oil. Industrial dough mixers, which are vastly more powerful than anything found in a typical pizzeria, are used to combine these ingredients. These machines are equipped with sensors that measure the dough's hydration and texture throughout the mixing process. By using precise quantities of ingredients, the mixers ensure that each batch of dough has a consistent texture and elasticity. This precision is crucial for maintaining uniformity in the pizzas that will eventually be made from this dough. After mixing, the dough must be kneaded. Kneading helps to activate the gluten in the flour, which gives the dough its characteristic elasticity and chewiness. In a factory, kneading is done by mechanical arms that simulate the traditional hand kneading process on a much larger scale. These machines stretch and fold the dough repeatedly, working it into a smooth, supple consistency. The goal is to achieve a dough that is stretchy enough to hold up under the weight of toppings, but not so dense that it becomes tough when baked. Resting and proofing. Once kneaded, the dough is left to rest and proof. Proofing allows the yeast to ferment, producing gas bubbles that cause the dough to rise. In a factory setting, dough is proofed in climate-controlled chambers where the temperature and humidity are carefully regulated. These chambers ensure that the dough rises evenly and to the correct height. Depending on the type of pizza being made, the dough may be proofed for as little as 30 minutes or as long as several hours. Factories use specialized technology to monitor the fermentation process, ensuring the dough is neither over nor underproofed. Dough quality checks. Throughout the preparation process, samples of dough are taken for quality checks. Factory workers inspect the dough's texture, elasticity, and rise. Special attention is given to the dough's ability to hold its shape when stretched. If any issues are found, adjustments are made to subsequent batches to maintain consistency across the entire production line. With the dough now fully prepared, it's time to turn it into individual pizza bases. This is where the large-scale machinery of the factory really shines, as dough rolling and shaping are fully automated processes. Rolling the dough. The first step in shaping the dough is to roll it out into large flat sheets. Industrial dough rollers work much like a traditional rolling pin, but on a much larger and faster scale. The dough is fed into the machine, which flattens it to a precise thickness. Factories often produce multiple types of pizza crusts, such as thin crust, regular crust, or deep dish. So the dough rolling machine can be adjusted to create different thicknesses depending on the type of pizza being produced. Cutting and shaping. Once the dough is rolled out, it needs to be cut into individual pizza bases. This is done using automated cutters, which stamp out perfectly round pizza bases from the rolled dough. These cutters can be adjusted to produce different sizes, from small personal pizzas to large family-sized pizzas. Some factories even produce square or rectangular pizza bases for specific product lines. After cutting, any excess dough is collected and reprocessed to ensure that nothing goes to waste. Pre-baking for specific pizza varieties. For some pizza types, such as frozen or pre-made pizzas, the dough is partially baked before the toppings are added. This process, known as par baking, ensures that the crust has a firm structure before it is frozen. Par baking also helps to preserve the dough's texture during freezing and thawing, so that when the pizza is baked by the consumer, the crust has the right balance of crispiness and chewiness. Sauce preparation and application. Tomato sauce is the soul of a pizza, providing the base flavor that complements the cheese and toppings. Factories prepare pizza sauce in bulk, using carefully tested recipes to maintain flavor consistency across millions of pizzas. Sauce production. The sauce used in factory-made pizzas is often a proprietary blend of tomatoes, herbs, and spices. The tomatoes are sourced from large farms and are processed into sauce soon after they are harvested to preserve their flavor and nutritional content. Factories typically have strict controls over the recipe to ensure that the sauce tastes the same across every pizza produced. Like the other ingredients, pizza sauce is subject to quality control checks. Factories use both human taste testers and machines to evaluate the flavor, consistency, and pH of the sauce. These checks ensure that the sauce isn't too watery or too thick, and that the flavor profile remains consistent. Applying the sauce. Once the sauce is prepared, it is applied to the pizza bases using automated machines. These machines are designed to apply an even layer of sauce to each pizza, ensuring that no pizza is under or over-sauced. The sauce is dispensed in a spiral pattern, starting from the center of the pizza and moving outward. This ensures even coverage so that every bite of the pizza contains the right amount of sauce. The machine's speed and volume can be adjusted based on the size of the pizza and the style of sauce application. Large-scale preparation. After the sauce is applied, the pizza moves down the production line to the cheese and topping station. Here, automation plays a crucial role in ensuring every pizza receives the correct amount of cheese and toppings. Mozzarella cheese is the most commonly used cheese for pizza, and in a factory setting, it is processed in bulk. Factories often receive large blocks of mozzarella, which are then shredded or diced on site. The cheese is stored in climate-controlled rooms to ensure that it stays fresh and maintains its optimal melting properties. Once shredded, the cheese is fed into automated topping machines that sprinkle the cheese evenly over the sauce. The machines are calibrated to distribute a specific amount of cheese based on the size and type of pizza. Toppings such as pepperoni, mushrooms, olives, and peppers are also prepared in bulk. Vegetables are washed, sliced, and flash frozen to preserve their freshness, while meats like pepperoni are pre-cooked and sliced into uniform pieces. Each topping is stored in refrigerated units until it is ready to be applied to the pizzas. Automated topping application. Just like the cheese, toppings are applied using automated systems. These machines are programmed to add the correct amount of toppings to each pizza. Sensors monitor the distribution of the toppings to ensure that they are spread evenly across the surface. For pizzas with multiple toppings, the machine applies them in layers, starting with the largest toppings, such as pepperoni, and finishing with smaller toppings like olives or onions. This careful layering ensures that the pizza maintains its structural integrity during baking. The baking process, with the dough rolled out, the sauce applied, and the toppings in place, the pizzas are ready to be baked. In a factory, baking is done in conveyor ovens that are specifically designed for high-volume pizza production. High-speed conveyor ovens. Conveyor ovens are massive machines that can bake hundreds of pizzas at once. The pizzas are placed on a conveyor belt that moves through the oven at a controlled speed. The temperature of the oven is carefully regulated to ensure that the pizzas are cooked evenly. Conveyor ovens have multiple heating zones, allowing the dough and toppings to cook at different rates. For example, the bottom of the pizza is exposed to more heat to create a crispy crust, while the top receives just enough heat to melt the cheese without burning the toppings. Different types of pizzas require different baking times and temperatures. For example, a thin crust pizza will bake at a higher temperature for a shorter time, while a deep dish pizza needs to be baked at a lower temperature for a longer period. Factories have precise settings for each pizza variety, ensuring that every pizza is baked to perfection. Monitoring the baking process. Advanced technology is used to monitor the baking process in real time. Sensors in the oven track the temperature and doneness of each pizza. If the system detects that a pizza is undercooked or overcooked, adjustments are made automatically to the oven settings. This ensures that every pizza that comes out of the oven is perfectly baked. During production, maintaining quality is critical in mass pizza production, and factories employ several quality control measures throughout the entire process. Even with all the automation, human inspectors play a key role in ensuring that the pizzas meet the factory's quality standards. These inspectors visually check pizzas at various stages of production, looking for any imperfections in the dough, sauce application, or topping distribution. Additionally, factories are increasingly using AI-driven technology to monitor production in real time. AI systems can analyze each pizza for consistency, detecting even the smallest deviations from the standard. Food safety is a top priority in pizza production. Factories adhere to strict food safety regulations, including regular cleaning of equipment, temperature checks for ingredients, and rigorous hygiene protocols for workers. The factory environment is carefully controlled to prevent contamination, and all ingredients are stored and handled in compliance with food safety guidelines. Once the pizzas are baked, they are quickly frozen and packaged to ensure that they remain fresh until they reach the consumer. Flash freezing. After baking, pizzas are immediately flash frozen. Flash freezing is a process in which the pizza is rapidly cooled to a very low temperature in a matter of minutes. This prevents the formation of large ice crystals, which can damage the texture of the pizza during storage. Flash freezing also locks in the pizza's flavor and freshness, so that when the consumer bakes the pizza at home, it tastes as though it was freshly made. Once frozen, pizzas are packaged using automated systems. The pizzas are placed in cardboard boxes, which are then wrapped in plastic to seal in freshness. Factories use specialized packaging machines that can process thousands of pizzas per hour. The packaging is designed not only to protect the pizza during shipping, but also to be visually appealing to consumers. Many factories are also moving toward using eco-friendly packaging materials to reduce their environmental impact. After packaging, the pizzas are ready to be shipped to supermarkets, restaurants, and consumers around the world. Pizzas are stored in large, temperature-controlled warehouses until they are ready to be shipped. Cold storage is essential to maintaining the quality of the frozen pizzas. When it comes time for distribution, pizzas are loaded into refrigerated trucks, which keep the pizzas frozen during transit. Large pizza factories partner with logistics companies to ensure that the pizzas are delivered quickly and efficiently. The goal is to minimize the time between when the pizza leaves the factory and when it reaches the store, ensuring that the pizzas remain fresh and safe for consumption. Before retail, before pizzas reach store shelves, they undergo one last round of quality checks to ensure they are ready for consumers. Factories regularly take samples from each batch of pizzas and subject them to taste tests. These tests ensure that the pizzas meet the factory's flavor and texture standards. Additionally, pizzas are tested for structural integrity, ensuring that they hold up during transport and baking. Final inspections. Every packaged pizza is inspected one last time for any defects. If any issues are found, the pizza is removed from the batch and replaced with a new one. The scale and efficiency of pizza production. The process of making pizza in a mega factory is a remarkable combination of food science, engineering, and automation. From sourcing the finest ingredients to baking each pizza in high-speed ovens, every step of the process is meticulously designed to ensure that consumers receive a delicious, high-quality product. As technology continues to evolve, so too will the efficiency and sustainability of factory-made pizza production. For now, factories continue to churn out millions of pizzas, keeping the world satisfied one slice at a time. What would happen if there was no tomato ketchup in the world? Those fries would lose their flavor, the burgers would be missing their partner, and what about a hot dog? To put it simply, it wouldn't be the same anyway. When it comes to condiments, ketchup is a standard that can be found in almost every household around the world. Nevertheless, have you ever pondered the process by which such a large quantity of this well-liked sauce is manufactured? During the course of this video, we will walk you through the complex and intriguing process of manufacturing millions of bottles of tomato ketchup in a contemporary facility. You should make sure to press the subscribe button if you are interested in learning more about the production of food, and if you want to see more behind-the-scenes insights like this one. The trip starts in expansive tomato fields, where only the tomatoes that are the ripest and most juicy are chosen for the manufacturing of ketchup. These tomatoes are obtained from farms that strictly conform to quality requirements, and the process of sourcing them is quite careful. When they finally make it to the plant, they are subjected to a comprehensive inspection procedure. To guarantee that only the highest quality tomatoes are selected for further processing, quality control teams make use of cutting-edge technologies such as infrared sensors and optical sorters. These devices are able to identify flaws that are not visible to the naked eye, so assuring that each tomato is perfectly ripe, juicy, and devoid of any faults. There is no place for waste in this effective method, since the tomatoes that are rejected are either reused for other uses or composted without being thrown away. As soon as the tomatoes are deemed to be of sufficient quality, they are sent to a washing machine that is fully automated. During this process, the tomatoes are meticulously cleaned to eliminate any dirt, pesticides, and other contaminants that may be present. It is essential to complete this process because it guarantees that the ketchup that is produced is devoid of any impurities. The tomatoes are scrubbed clean using brushes and high-pressure water jets, and then they are given a final rinse with filtered water to finish making sure they are clean. After being washed, the tomatoes are transported to a sorting room where any tomatoes that are still considered to be of poor quality are eliminated. In order to guarantee that only the tomatoes that are flawless are selected for the following stage, sophisticated cameras and software are utilized. Before moving on to the next phase, the tomatoes will be blanched. When tomatoes are blanched, they are subjected to steam or hot water for a brief length of time until they are cooked through. It is crucial to perform this procedure in order to loosen the tomato skins, which will make it simpler to peel them. This procedure is entirely automated at a plant that has a large capacity, and it involves the tomatoes going through a series of steam chambers on a conveyor belt. Following the blanching process, the tomatoes are quickly chilled in order to prevent them from continuing to cook. After that, they are put through peeling machines, which use little pressure to remove the skins of the tomatoes without causing any damage to the meat of the cherry tomatoes. They are now ready to be pulped once the skins have been removed from the tomatoes. In order to obtain the juice and pulp from the tomatoes, the process of pulping entails crushing the tomatoes and separating the pulp from the seeds and any remaining skin pieces. This procedure is carried out in huge pulping machines that are used in industrial settings. The tomatoes that have been pulped are next put through a sieving procedure in which they are filtered through screens with a fine mesh in order to eliminate any particles that may still be present. As a consequence, a smooth tomato puree is produced, which serves as the foundation for the ketchup. This stage is essential because it guarantees that the finished product will have the appropriate texture and consistency, and that it will be free of any lumps or particles that are not wanted. Preparing the tomato puree for cooking. After that comes the most important part of making ketchup, which is the cooking procedure. After being smoothed out, the tomato puree is moved to big industrial kettles, where it is boiled at temperatures that are properly regulated. When it comes to creating the correct thickness and concentrating the flavors of the tomatoes, the cooking procedure is quite necessary. During the manufacturing process, modern factories make use of computer-controlled systems to monitor and modify the temperature, stirring speed, and cooking time in order to guarantee uniformity across huge batches. Other components like sugar, vinegar, and spices are added to the puree at this point in the process. The distinctive flavor of tomato ketchup is achieved by combining the elements of heat and meticulous mixing, which allows the taste to combine and form a cohesive whole. Sugar and corn syrup are two examples of sweeteners that are added during the cooking process in order to counteract the naturally occurring acidity of tomatoes. When determining the ideal taste profile, the amount of sweetener that is used can be adjusted accordingly. Some manufacturers make use of high-tech sensors to determine the precise amount of sugar that is present in the combination. This helps to ensure that each batch is consistent with the previous one. The tangy flavor that is characteristic of ketchup is, in part, derived by vinegar, which is another essential component. The vinegar not only imparts flavor to the ketchup, but it also serves as a natural preservative, which allows it to be stored for a longer period of time. When it comes to preserving the quality and taste consistency that customers anticipate, the correct measurement and addition of these ingredients are absolutely necessary. The combination of spices is the key to making ketchup that tastes delicious. It is common for factories to have their own unique blend of spices, which may consist of components such as onion powder, garlic powder, and a variety of seasonings. To improve the flavor without dominating the natural taste of the tomatoes, the spices are carefully measured and added to the cooking mixture at the appropriate moment. This ensures that the combination is cooked to perfection. Blending machines of the most recent generation guarantee that the spices are dispersed uniformly throughout the ketchup, so eliminating any clumping or uneven flavor. The use of contemporary technology in the process of spice mixing helps to ensure that each bottle contains the same flavor, regardless of the location or time period in which it was made. The ketchup goes through a process known as homogenization after the spices have been added and the mixture has been processed through the cooking process. Through the use of a mechanical process known as homogenization, any particles that are still present in the mixture are broken down, resulting in a texture that is smooth and consistent. For the purpose of preventing the separation of the components and preserving the characteristic thickness of the ketchup, this step is absolutely necessary. The homogenization process is carried out in large-scale manufacturing by use of high-pressure pumps. These pumps drive the ketchup through small apertures, which efficiently blends and smooths the mixture. The end result is a ketchup that is totally uniform, does not need much effort to pour, and has a velvety consistency. Bottling is the following stage, which comes after the ketchup has been pasteurized and is now ready. At this point, the contemporary technology really comes into its own. Filtering machines that operate at high speeds are capable of processing hundreds of bottles in an hour, guaranteeing that each bottle is filled with the precise quantity of ketchup. First, the bottles are sanitized to eliminate any possibility of contamination, and then they are filled with ketchup using dispensers that are both exact and automatic. As soon as the bottles are filled, they are quickly closed and sealed to ensure that they remain fresh. This is accomplished by the use of quality control systems, which guarantee that every bottle is correctly sealed and filled to the appropriate level. The manufacturing line is automatically pulled from the line if there are any bottles that are faulty. After the bottles of ketchup have been filled and sealed, they are sent to the labeling department. In this section, the labels that contain the brand name, ingredients, nutritional information, and expiration date are applied by machines that are automated. Both for marketing purposes and for the protection of customers, these labels are essential. There are sophisticated visual systems that examine the labels to ensure that they are accurate, that they are applied appropriately, and that they are free of any faults. After that, the bottles that have been labeled are stuffed into packs so that they are easier to carry and store. For the purpose of preparing the bottles for distribution, packaging machines wrap and box them in an efficient manner. In addition, this stage comprises a final quality check to guarantee that each bottle is up to the requirements set out by the manufacturing facility. A series of stringent quality assurance tests are performed on the ketchup before it is sent out for distribution. The consistency, taste, pH levels, and microbiological safety of each batch are evaluated using samples taken from different batches. For the purpose of ensuring that the ketchup satisfies all of the quality and safety criteria, these tests are carried out in extremely advanced labs located within the factory. These laboratories are staffed by highly qualified professionals who make use of contemporary analytical tools. Failure to fulfill these requirements results in the rejection of any batch, which is then examined to establish the source of the failure. This rigorous quality control procedure guarantees that each and every bottle of ketchup that is shipped out of the plant is of the best possible quality, providing the same excellent flavor and safety that customers have come to expect. As soon as the ketchup has been able to pass all of the quality testing, it is prepared to be distributed. Ketchup is transported to warehouses, retailers, and distributors all over the world by the factory's logistics staff, which is responsible for coordinating the delivery of the product. To guarantee that the ketchup arrives to its destination in a timely manner and in pristine shape, modern logistics systems make use of global positioning system, GPS tracking, computerized inventory management, and efficient routing. Because of the magnitude of manufacturing, millions of bottles are sent every single day, which necessitates careful coordination and planning that is accurate. The ketchup is carried in vans that are climate-controlled to avoid any deterioration that may occur during the transportation process. This ensures that the ketchup arrives fresh and ready for consumers to enjoy. Within the context of the modern world, sustainability is more crucial than it has ever been, and contemporary ketchup factories are at the forefront of this effort. The production process is built with the environment in mind in every element, from the practices of water conservation to the machinery that is energy efficient. Renewable energy sources, such as solar and wind power, are becoming increasingly utilized by manufacturing facilities in order to lessen their overall carbon footprint. Additionally, in order to reduce the amount of trash produced, packaging solutions that are inventive are being used. These solutions include recyclable materials and lightweight bottles. Not only do these initiatives contribute to the preservation of the environment, but they also connect with customers who are becoming more concerned about the long-term viability of the items they buy. You now have a complete understanding of the intriguing path that tomato ketchup takes from the field to the factory to your table. For the purpose of ensuring that this well-liked condiment continues to be a staple in families all over the world, the manufacturing process for millions of bottles of ketchup is a combination of time-honored practices and cutting-edge technology. Ketchup is produced in a manner that is consistent, safe, and tasty. Imagine biting into a luxurious, golden-wrapped chocolate that not only melts in your mouth but also brings a symphony of flavors. The crispiness of wafer, the smoothness of hazelnut cream, the crunch of roasted hazelnuts, all encased in velvety milk chocolate. Ferrero Rocher has perfected this experience for chocolate lovers around the globe, making it one of the most iconic and beloved confectioneries of all time. But have you ever wondered how millions of these delicious little spheres are produced with such impeccable consistency? What goes on behind the scenes to ensure that every Ferrero Rocher you unwrap offers the same irresistible taste and texture? In today's video, we'll take you on an exclusive journey into the world of Ferrero Rocher, uncovering the fascinating details of its large-scale production. From the selection of top-quality ingredients to the intricate packaging process, we'll reveal how cutting-edge technology, including artificial intelligence, AI, helps maintain the brand's high standards while producing millions of chocolates daily. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're excited to learn about the secrets behind your favorite chocolates. Turn on notifications so you never miss another deep dive into the world of food production. First things first, before we get started on the production line, let's talk about the ingredients that make Ferrero Rocher so magical. Hazelnuts, milk chocolate, sugar, cocoa butter, low-fat cocoa powder, cocoa mass, skim milk powder, butter oil, lecithin, which is used as an emulsifier, vanillin, an artificial vanilla flavoring, palm oil, wheat flour, whey, sodium bicarbonate, a leavening agent, and salt are the essential components that, when combined, create the luxurious layers that make up Ferrero Rocher. In particular, Ferrero is very careful when it comes to sourcing these ingredients, particularly the hazelnuts, which are an essential component of the flavor profile of the chocolate. Every single one of these hazelnuts is put through a stringent selection process, which guarantees that only the very best ones are included in the final product. The sourcing and selection process takes into account not only the flavor, but also the consistency of the color, texture, and quality across the millions of chocolates that are produced each day. The first thing that needs to be done in order to make a Ferrero Rocher is to make the delicate wafer ball that will eventually become the candy's crispy center. At this stage of the procedure, a batter is prepared by combining wheat flour, water, sugar, salt, and sodium bicarbonate, among other ingredients. There are times when yeast is added to the wafer in order to give it a lighter texture. However, this is not always required. The batter is deposited into hemispherical molds by automatized machines, and then the molds are transported via conveyor belts into gas ovens that are heated to high temperatures. Using these molds, the batter is baked into wafer shells that are crisp, and then the wafer shells are joined together to form perfect spherical balls. This is the point at which the magic of artificial intelligence starts to materialize. The baking process is monitored in real time by temperature sensors that are driven by artificial intelligence. This is done to ensure that each wafer ball has the same texture, crispiness, and shape. Artificial intelligence algorithms are constantly adjusting the temperature inside the oven, making minute adjustments as required. This level of precision guarantees that every wafer ball will continue to be of the same high quality, thereby removing the possibility of human error and maximizing the effectiveness of the production process. Immediately after the wafer balls have been formed, they are prepared to be filled with Nutella, which is Ferrero's well-known chocolate hazelnut spread. During a separate procedure, hazelnuts are roasted and ground into a paste. After that, they are mixed with sugar, cocoa, and milk to produce this well-liked filling. Wafer balls are filled with this decadent hazelnut cream by means of filling machines that are fully automated. Of course, that is not all. A whole roasted hazelnut is inserted into each wafer ball, in addition to the Nutella that is already present. Not only does this hazelnut contribute to the candy's crunch, but it also enhances the nutty flavor, which is what makes Ferrero Rocher so distinctive. When it comes to ensuring that each hazelnut satisfies Ferrero Rocher's stringent standards, artificial intelligence systems play a crucial role. During the process of moving along the conveyor belt, high-resolution computer vision systems examine each and every hazelnut to determine its size, shape, and color. If it is determined that a hazelnut is flawed in some way, such as being too small, misshapen, or discolored, then it is automatically thrown away. This process ensures that only the finest hazelnuts are used in the production of the chocolates, which in turn guarantees that each Ferrero Rocher is of the highest possible quality. The first chocolate coating is the next step in the production process that needs to be completed. As the wafer balls, which are now stuffed with hazelnuts and Nutella, make their way through a curtain of melted milk chocolate, they are served. The smooth texture of the chocolates is a result of this layer, which also serves as the foundation for the subsequent coatings. At this stage, it is absolutely necessary to keep the temperature and viscosity of the melted chocolate at the ideal level in order to guarantee that the chocolate is distributed evenly. This layer's thickness is also very important because it will serve as a foundation for the chopped hazelnut coating that will be applied in the following step. Immediately after the wafer balls have been covered with the first layer of milk chocolate, they proceed to the next step, which is the coating of chopped hazelnuts. This step is responsible for the distinctive crunch that Ferrero Rocher is known for. The wafer balls that are covered in chocolate and are still warm are rolled in hazelnuts that have been finely chopped. As the chocolates travel along the conveyor belt, the chopped hazelnuts are sprinkled on top of them by machines that are automated. The remaining nuts are then brushed off, which ensures that the coating is uniform. Again, artificial intelligence technology guarantees accuracy. The amount of hazelnut coating that is applied to each chocolate is measured by sensors, and automated systems make adjustments in real time to ensure that each chocolate has the ideal amount of nutty coating. After the layer of chopped hazelnuts has been carefully positioned, it is now time to apply the final layer of chocolate coating. Another layer of melted milk chocolate is applied to the wafer balls before they are dipped in it. All of the hazelnuts are protected by this layer, which also imparts a glossy and smooth finish to the chocolate. After the chocolates have been completely assembled and coated, the next step is to wrap them in the distinctive gold foil that Ferrero Rocher uses to make their products instantly recognizable. High-speed machines wrap each individual chocolate in luxurious gold foil, which serves both an aesthetic and protective purpose. And then they are arranged in a neat manner inside of clear plastic boxes, which are then prepared for distribution all over the world. Artificial intelligence technology guarantees that the wrapping process is as effective as it can possibly be. The wrapping machines are equipped with sensors that monitor their speed and alignment. These sensors then make automatic adjustments to ensure that there are no misalignments or packaging jams. This not only helps to speed up production, but it also guarantees that every Ferrero Rocher is beautifully wrapped and ready to be displayed by the end of the day. Before being distributed to retailers, each batch of chocolates produced by Ferrero Rocher is subjected to a stringent inspection process. This is because the company takes great pride in producing chocolates of a consistent and high-quality taste. An advanced artificial intelligence system will perform a final inspection to look for any visual flaws, such as cracks in the chocolate coating, uneven distribution of hazelnuts, or imperfect wrapping. There is a significant amount of quality control that is carried out by machines. However, human taste testers also play an important role. In order to guarantee that the chocolates are up to the exacting flavor and texture standards set by Ferrero Rocher, these professionals meticulously examine each batch. The refined palates of these individuals are able to detect even the most minute variations in flavor, which guarantees that each and every Ferrero Rocher provides the same signature experience. Artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning are essential components of this final inspection phase. Before the chocolates reach the packaging stage, advanced image recognition software scans each chocolate to identify any imperfections. Meanwhile, artificial intelligence algorithms analyze the data collected throughout the production process to identify any problems that may have occurred. Ferrero Rocher's iconic gold boxes are only filled with chocolates of the highest possible quality as a result of this two-pronged approach. The distribution network of Ferrero Rocher is nothing short of impressive, considering that the company produces millions of chocolates every single day. In order to ensure that Ferrero Rocher is accessible to chocolate lovers all over the world, the chocolates are packaged in boxes and then shipped to retailers in more than 140 countries. AI, however, is already playing a part in the optimization of the supply chain at this stage. The company is able to better forecast demand, manage inventory, and cut down on waste with the assistance of predictive analytics and machine learning algorithms. Because of this technology, Ferrero Rocher chocolates are guaranteed to be readily available at all times, allowing the company to satisfy customer demand without either overproducing or understocking. Despite its current status as a global powerhouse, Ferrero Rocher was not always that way. Although it was first introduced in 1982, the brand quickly became well known due to the exceptional combination of taste, texture, and luxurious presentation that it offered. From the very beginning, Ferrero Rocher stood out from other chocolates due to the meticulous attention to detail that it displayed. A symbol of indulgence and sophistication, the intricate layers, the quality of the ingredients, and the golden wrapping all contributed to the creation of this masterpiece. Ferrero Rocher is a brand that has become synonymous with luxury and quality, and fans of chocolate all over the world adore this chocolate brand. The commitment of the brand to upholding its high standards, while simultaneously embracing contemporary technologies such as artificial intelligence, guarantees that Ferrero Rocher will continue to be a market leader in the chocolate industry for many years to come. Every day, millions of Ferrero Rocher chocolates are manufactured, which is a remarkable feat of modern technology, skilled craftsmanship, and meticulous attention to detail. Every step is meticulously designed to deliver a consistent and luxurious experience, from selecting the finest hazelnuts to wrapping each chocolate in its signature golden foil. This method ensures that the experience is consistent and luxurious. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you found this in-depth exploration of the world of Ferrero Rocher to be enjoyable. We will continue to provide you with fascinating insights into the world of food production. You will never miss an update if you make sure to ring that notification bell. The next time you indulge in a Ferrero Rocher, take a moment to reflect on the remarkable method and cutting-edge technology that went into creating that exquisitely delicious morsel of chocolate bliss.